All right, let's talk about OpenClaw. You've probably heard the name buzzing around. It's been called everything from the next big thing in AI to a total waste of time. So today we're going to cut through all that noise and figure out what's really going on and, more importantly, how you can actually make this thing work for you.
Okay, so where does all this buzz come from? It starts with the huge, massive promise. I mean, listen to this quote from Johnny Tube. We're not just talking about another app here. This is being sold as a truly revolutionary tool, a personal financial engine that could completely change the way you work and make a living. And that's the hype that gets everybody so excited. And yet, for so many people, that excitement just crashes right into a brick wall of frustration. You see, tons of new users find that the reality just doesn't live up to the hype at all. It feels like there's some secret they're missing. And honestly, most of them just give up long before they ever see what OpenClaw can really do.
So what is the secret? What's the thing that separates the people who make this technology sing from those who just see it as this confusing, overhyped chatbot? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're going to find that answer together.
First, let's just get grounded in what got everybody so fired up to begin with. It's this vision, right? The dream of having a true Jarvis, a 24/7 AI employee that's always on, always ready to go, living right inside the messaging apps you already use every day.
And the pitch? Wow, it's incredible. We're not just talking about a tool that asks questions. We're talking about an agent that can answer the phone for a local plumber's business, that can generate leads for a sales team, manage your inbox, or even follow instructions to build an entire software company from the ground up. It's pitched as this tireless, autonomous employee.
But there's always a but, right? That kind of power doesn't come for free. And I'm not just talking about money. The real price here is in understanding its limits, its complexity. This is where that amazing dream meets a very harsh reality check.
So you go through the setup, you connect it to your Telegram, you're all excited, and you send a few messages. But instead of this incredible autonomous agent, it just feels like any other chatbot. It might start making things up, what we call hallucinating, or worse, it'll fail to do something and then just lie and say it did. It's a super common and, let's be honest, a deeply frustrating first experience.
And a big part of that reality check is the cost. Running the absolute top-of-the-line models, the Ferraris of the AI world, like Anthropic's Opus, can get really expensive. We're talking maybe $200 a month, easily. But here's the really good news. You don't have to start there. There are fantastic, much more accessible models like Miniax or Kimi K2.5 that cost a tiny fraction of that. You can even run some models right on your own computer for free.
So, the crucial point, the thing that changes everything, is this. You have to throw out that idea of a magic box. You need to adopt a totally new mental model. And the experienced users, they call it the Don't Trust, Verify framework. This right here is the secret sauce. The idea is actually really simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Think of your OpenClaw agent like a brilliant intern. It's got limitless potential, it can learn crazy fast, but it has zero real-world experience. You can't just hand it a huge project and walk away expecting perfection. You have to give it crystal clear instructions, you have to supervise the process, and you absolutely have to verify the results.
So what does this framework actually look like in practice? Well, it breaks down into a really clear 4-step process. First, forget about building an AI army. Just start with one agent. Seriously. Second, you need a manager. You need an external tool, something like the code editor cursor, to act as your quality control. Third, you have to track every single task you assign in a database, so there's a paper trail. And finally, and this is the most important part, you use your verifier tool to confirm that each task is 100% done before you give it the next one. This one step prevents the agent from getting lost or just making up progress.
Okay, so once you have this management system in place, how do we build on it? Well, now we can start giving the agent a brain. We can start adding the layers that give it memory, personality, and its real power. This is how we level up from a dumb chatbot to a true autonomous assistant.
You know, the agent's brain sounds super complicated, but it's surprisingly simple. It's really just a collection of plain text markdown files. You've got the soul.md file, which defines its personality and its core rules. You have memory.md, which is where it stores long-term information about you and your projects, and then there's identity.md, which gives it a name and a job title. When you edit these simple text files, you are literally shaping the mind of your AI.
Now this is where things get really interesting. We can give our agent new powers using skills. They're like little plugins that let it do new things, like search the web or check your email. But this is also where a huge security risk comes in.
Downloading skills from a public place like ClawHub is kind of like downloading random programs off the internet. It could have malicious code, or it could have prompt injections, which are basically clever tricks to make your AI misbehave. So what's the solution? You use your verifier tool, that manager we talked about, to build your own skills. That way, everything stays secure and in-house.
So what happens when you put it all together? You've got the Don't Trust, Verify framework. You have custom-built skills, and you have a well-defined AI personality. You start to unlock some truly life-changing applications. Let's look at a couple of real-world examples of what this looks like.
First up, your second brain. Forget about struggling with clunky, complicated apps like Notion. You can build a perfect, searchable memory of every idea, every link, every note you've ever had. And the only thing you need to interact with it is your favorite messaging app.
Just picture this. You're talking to a friend, and they mention a cool book about local large language models. Instead of fumbling around for a notes app, you just pull out your phone, send a quick text to your agent, and boom, done. That thought is instantly saved, categorized, and it's searchable forever. It's a completely seamless way to build a massive personal knowledge base with zero friction.
Okay, but let's take it a step further. What if we think even bigger? This exact same system can become an unbelievably powerful engine for building new businesses. You can use your agent to systematically find problems that people are having and then instruct it to build the solutions for them.
The workflow here is just genius in its simplicity. First, you task your agent with a research project. Go scan Reddit and X and find what problems people are complaining about on a certain topic. Then, you look at that data and identify a real business opportunity. And finally, you give the agent the instruction, okay, build me an app that solves that exact problem. The agent does the coding and you get to be the strategist. It's a game changer.
So there you have it. We've gone from the crazy initial hype, pushed through that wall of frustrating reality, and landed on a practical, powerful framework for success. The tech is real, the potential is absolutely immense, but it just requires a different way of thinking about it. So the real question isn't whether OpenClaw works, it's what's the first problem you're going to build a solution for?